Good morning, everyone. My name is Cassie, and I'm here in Oakland Park, Florida at the Urban Farming Institute with today's Chef at 11 demo. And hopefully you guys were tuning in earlier to learn about how to spray your garden. And that way you can grow a lot of your own produce. And then, as you know, the stuff that we grow here at the Urban Farming Institute ends up in a lot of our CSA shares. So today was our second to last CSA pickup. And of course, we're, very sad about that. That means only one more pickup left for this growing season. And then hopefully, we'll resume very shortly when the growing season begins again later this year. But today, I'm going to talk about some of the items that were in our share and some of the things that we can do with them as well. And I think what everybody is most excited about is UFI Howie's most famous Roselle Tea that everybody loves. It's super versatile, and we're going to talk about a few different things that you can do with that. So just a quick reminder of why it's important not only to support your local farmer, but also buy fresh produce is that you're really getting the max amount of nutrients possible. You're getting that amazing fresh taste. And that's not to say that the produce that you're buying at the supermarket isn't nutritious. Obviously, any vegetables are better than, let's say, a fried Twinkie and fried Oreo. But what's really amazing is that the longer the plant has been, the longer time that's elapsed since the plant has been picked, the less nutrients there are. So when you're getting produce from the Urban Farming Institute, you know that it's been picked within the last 48 hours. And so you're getting the maximum amount of nutrients possible. And we really want that. It's all about nourishing our bodies, giving our body everything that we eat. I mean, it really is, you are what you eat, and you want to make sure you're fueling your body for, just to be healthy, to feel good, and to have the best possible immune system as well. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about first the Roselle Tea. So Roselle is a dried, as you can see right here, flower. It's got a really nice red color. It's also a great antioxidant. And so we've talked a little bit about antioxidants before. So as you know, some of the damage that can happen to our cells just from stress, but also from pollution, from, chemicals and whatnot. Antioxidants are really good at going and kind of finding that damage and either preventing it or minimizing the damage that happens. So it's very important, to make sure that you're eating a diet rich in these. There's two different recipes that we're going to talk about for Roselle Tea today. So we have Howie's Summer Roselle Tea, which, as you know, we're coming along into our summer months, although it probably already feels like summer in South Florida. And then we also have John's favorite. So the base part is going to start with the same. So you want about a half a cup of the Roselle Tea, and you're going to get 4 cups of water. You're going to put this in a giant pot on top of your stove, which obviously nobody wants to watch water boil. So we're just going to talk you through the process right now. So 4 cups water, half cup Roselle Tea. If you want to put a whole cup of Roselle Tea and get a really strong mixture, you can do that as well. You can always dilute it with a little bit of water. So for the summer recipe, we're going to be adding fresh ginger. So as you know, ginger also has lots of great properties as far as helping with inflammation, also helping with digestive health. If you don't have fresh ginger, you can use just a pinch of the powdered ginger. If you're using the fresh ginger, just remember to peel it and then drop it right into the water with the Roselle Tea or the Roselle leaves. We're also going to be using turmeric. So, we made a turmeric latte recently. So when you're peeling this and using fresh turmeric, make sure it doesn't get all over your hands or your hands will turn yellow. A great property of turmeric is the curcumin in it. It also has a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits. One thing to think about is the bioavailability or your body's ability to absorb curcumin is kind of low. So when you put some black pepper in it, that mixture together makes your body able to better absorb the important the compounds in your turmeric. So similar to the ginger, you're going to peel it and just drop it into that pot of water. And then Howie also likes to use a squirt of lime as well as the lime zest. And then you obviously want to have some sort of sweetener. So you can use our honey, which is locally grown. If you're not a honey fan, you can use turbinado, whatever sweetener of your choice is. And so you're going to throw everything into the pot and you're going to boil it. You probably want to boil it for about 5 minutes and then turn it off and then just let it steep. And then eventually when it cools, you can start sticking it in the refrigerator. You can put it in a giant jug like this. And then let's really quick cover John's favorite recipe. So as I mentioned, we're starting with the same thing. 4 cups of water, half cup of your dried roselle leaves, and then we're also going to be using, this is a mixture of cinnamon and nutmeg. If you have some dried cloves, you can throw that in the pot as well, and then whatever the sweetener of your choice is. So as I mentioned, just like we did with the first recipe, you're going to boil it for about 5 minutes, turn it off, let it steep, and then chill it so you can serve it later. And so what you end up getting is a beautiful, rich, so delicious tea just like this, and it's great to drink on a hot day. You can get it nice and cool. Another exciting thing that you can do with the roselle leaves is you can make a simple syrup with it. So you're going to be using much less water, a little bit more sugar, and the roselle, and you're going to boil it. Make sure you're stirring frequently so the sugar doesn't burn, and you're going to get a concentrated syrup, and you can add it to ice cream, which we're going to be making in a few minutes. You can add it maybe to a martini if you want a roselle martini. It's a lot of different things that you can do with that roselle syrup. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is bananas. So we were actually lucky enough to have bananas in our share this week as well. You can make banana muffins. You can just eat them like this, the little small ones. But today we're going to make a nice ice cream, kind of a fake ice cream out of it. So I'm sure everybody thinks bananas, they know, oh God, it's great for potassium. But you know, bananas have other things besides potassium as well. They have manganese, which is just great for your overall nervous system. Also as well, B vitamins. And as we know, B vitamins is really what helps your body convert the food into the energy that you need. And then also fiber. So there's 2 types of fiber that are found in bananas. So it would be the pectin and the resistant starch. And, you know, consuming a diet rich in fiber is really good for your digestive health as well. So for the ice cream recipe, and we know I love sweets, so any type of healthy sweet that I can incorporate in my diet, I'm all about. We're going to start with some frozen bananas. So you can, when you're freezing your bananas, always remember, peel them first, because I made that mistake one time and then you can't get that banana peel off. You can chop them up and then freeze them, or I just freeze them whole and then chop them when I'm ready to make the ice cream. They cut very easily. So I'm going to start with my bananas. Then I'm going to add a little bit of whatever liquid you want. So I'm using soy milk. Remember, we spoke last week about the different benefits of all milk, whatever you choose to use, whatever your preference is. I just want to add a little bit because I want it to not be liquidy, but I want it to be creamy. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a sweetener. So I'm going to be using our honey, which, as you know, is locally grown here. And you can add whatever toppings that you want into this, but I would wait until the very end to blend your toppings so they don't end up completely blended in your mixture. And then I personally love cinnamon, so we're just going to drop a little bit of cinnamon in there as well. And so next thing, all I'm going to do is blend it up. You can use a food processor, you can use a bullet, Vitamix, whatever blender that you have. And then if you notice that it's not blending as well, you can add a little bit more liquid, but just remember, you don't want to add too much because you really want that thick, creamy consistency. And then the toppings that we're going to add today is I'm going to add a few walnuts. Other toppings that I love are chocolate chips. You can also add peanut butter. And then I'm going to add a little bit of marshmallow fluff because I really love marshmallows, and I think that marshmallows and bananas, even some marshmallow fluff and peanut butter, are a great combination for this. And so then this time I'm going to blend it again, but I don't want to blend it for too long because, like I said, I want to feel the texture of my toppings in there. I don't want it blended all the way like a puree. Just enough to mix it. Oop. And then I'm going to serve it right into a bowl. You can eat this right away, or you can freeze it. If you're going to freeze it, I suggest putting it in a little bit of parchment paper. And then, just like this, you have a really nice, creamy ice cream that is guilt-free. It's full of lots of nutrients and it tastes absolutely amazing. And it's something that you can easily do at home with bananas instead of buying ice cream. And you can have a lot more of this than an entire pint of Ben and Jerry's. Not that we don't love Ben and Jerry's, but so don't forget to always tune in, like us on Facebook. Check out our Talk at 10. We also have an Act Now series that's going on, Nourishing Ourselves Holistically, that talks about a variety of different healthy habits. And really, we're just trying to show you that, gardening and eating nutritious foods is something that you can do at home, and it doesn't have to be boring. Eating healthy and gardening doesn't mean just growing salad all the time. There's a lot of different things that you can do. You can make this a really fun habit, a way to get outside, and a way just to enrich your life and feel better overall. So thanks so much for watching. Tune in again, like us on Facebook, and have a great day.